Welcome on in. You know what we haven't done in a long time? It rhymes with Elderlicht because it is Elderlicht. So let's take a look at this. It's been a minute. I do like leaps. I do not think Omen of Craftsmanship is on the menu. I do think we are going for. This game is really cool, Dark. If you're so inclined, if you like kind of top-down RPGs, I think you will be tickled by this game. So we got this readiness. I don't think I need readiness, but then one more needs to hit the cutting room floor if I'm gonna go, because I'd love to go growth to offset wanderer. Let's go with this. I don't like losing dex, but we'll grab that. Sweet. All right, so let's see. So we're gonna go APOC 5. And we're going to go Elderlicht. We're going to go Wanderer, Growth, Leaps, and Advanced Training. We could also ditch Wanderer. Ditching Wanderer gives us a little bit more power. I think it might be worth it. Then we could go Readiness. We could go even like Violence, or actually then we could swap in Scavenging and Bargaining. Let's do that instead. All right, let's dive on in. I like the cat in your portrait there, Dark. Looking good. All right, so we're gonna be getting it from this side right off the cuff. We got our 3 heroes here, and we'll get to know them a little bit. But let's see. So first of all, we have Andoran here. Andoran looking good with the gear. Dang, like actually decked out to the 9s. Hey Dark, I'm gonna have to time you out now. Little bit spammy. If you want to come back in a minute, that's cool, but like not sure exactly what you're angling at there. All right, so Andoran is a shaman, lucky and agitated. I am okay with what I'm seeing, but the defensive tree is basically lost on us at the moment. I do see blood magic potential here. No spiky counter, but we might not care. Thank you, Illustrious, for the sticky on that one. But let's see. No thickness here, unfortunately. And no crit, so we're gonna have a bit of a hard time with that one. Let's see. Is that where we want to go? That's the direction that I'm leaning, certainly. I mean, we do have organic armor. So with enough block and resistance, we could make this work. Bodybuilder, organic armor, berserk. It's a bit aggressive. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, but maybe we can make it work. We could also go for Warcry battery a little bit if we wanted to, because we do have blessing available. Carnage might get some use. And then coagulation. This is gonna be a little bit interesting. And we'll name this guy. They're a health mage. That's the way that we like to refer to them. All right, so that's number 1. They're gonna take a while to come on though, so we're gonna have a bit of a tough time with that. Next we have Thorndyke. Again, really nice pile of stuff. How are you at 0 accuracy? Did I not take dex after all that? Readiness, scavenging, bargaining. I did not. Okay. So we'll probably shift some stuff over here. Double the leaps, double the fun, Illustrious, right? So let's see. So we have crit. So we have standard multi-hit shenanigans at our disposal if we so desire. Got Legendary Assassin, Mana Collector. Probably exploit weakness. Quick reload. Dark, I'm in my 40s. Chars can start with, yes, that is absolutely true, Hollow. Cannons are a bit rough as a starting item. I guess we'll go longer weapons here. But this is going to be our standard multi-hit build. Are we going to go 3 for 3 on defensive training? That would be unfortunate. But, oh yeah, we do have versatile, fragile, and pickpocket. So where are you getting the... We do need to ditch this as well. I'm going to have to borrow a little bit of accuracy from this hero. We'll do that to get you at 8. And then our last hero, Ulysses, here is a minor, a giant, and agitated. Yep, 3 for 3 on defensive. So if we wanted an easy run here, we could take some Ballista and go absolutely bonkers. Second Crystal Amulet feels bad, man. But we'll try and make it work. So what are we doing here? It's got to be like a Sadist multi-hit type of build, I think. Yeah, welcome on in, Hollow. Welcome on in. We had a record-breaking day on YouTube yesterday, so let's see if we can do the same on Twitch today. Get a good crew of folks watching. All right, so Mark Contamination, longer weapons Sadist. We could take Bully, but we don't really need to. Hex is fine. No Blessing is a bummer. We'll be looking for a Metal. Flexibility is okay. I'm not really digging Ballista. I mean, excuse me, Bully. Mana consuming skills could be okay. We could also dip into Mana Collector Magic Fuel. Ditch Quick Reload. I can get down with that. All right. But the first night's going to be a little bit bumpy, and we will be hanging on to the Seer as we press forward here. But let's get this party going. I like Tome. Cannon's a bit rough, but we'll see what we can do. Do I want to put... Here's one thing that we could do. I think we move Cannon over to our health mage, because they'll be getting some health regen relatively soon, so we can spend a little more aggressively on them. And it gives them some mobility because they're at 4 movement. All right. I'm down to get this party on the road. I took a bit of a risk with... Actually, and then yeah, we can do. We're gonna cull a few runners just because, and then we'll try to after we get this initial bit going, we'll see what we can do with the rest, but. You have 23 block, so I feel like you're gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna spend a little bit of mana trying to work this guy over. That was less than ideal. What is going on with the miss here? This guy's only got 10% dodge, and we have... I guess we do have 0% accuracy. Ah, did the shield have accuracy on it, and I messed that up? It did. All right. I should have switched the pants. That was a bit of a blunder on my part, but I think we'll be good here. And then we can do a bit of a fighting retreat. All right, let's hop our way a bit to safety, and then I am going to try to hit this guy with a mortar again. Not. So far I've spent 4 mana on this guy and made very little progress, but what can you do? We do have leaps, so we'll do this, and we'll toss that there, and a little bit of this here. And then we'll block this entrance just to see if we can keep people under control. And then I was a little worried that was going to be a kill. Block this off, and we'll armor up there. And then, all right, you are already overheating. Always the big yikes on turn 1 cannoneers. We'll be taking some panic. I would be shocked if we didn't. And I'm gonna let this guy come in, and we're gonna try and farm him a little bit at least. Hate that we didn't manage to get the job done there. Okay, we'll take a step back here. The barricade is what it is. Ooh, and then from here, can I take out these runners? That works for me. All right. Do a bit of that. We'll continue to block this off and get ready over here. Night 1 S rank on Elderlicht is a rarity. It absolutely is. Yeah, that would take a lot of things going our way that are not going to be going our way. Man, the breakpoints on the tome right now are rough and tumble. And I don't really want to... I don't really want to do that. I want to keep this under control. And I don't really want to... I don't think we're at a point where I want to overheat right now. So I'm probably just going to chill and continue tossing some of these out. The side over here, kind of awkward. We have +9 mana. Maybe I soften these two up and remove another runner. The runners are just going to make it difficult to get too much value. And then this guy should end up in this tile, and we should be able to get them with the tome, I think, next turn. We have 2 movement after this, so I'm just gonna soften some folks up here. Trying to decide if I just want to kill this this runner. I think I won't. I think I'll hang back like that, and then unfortunately the heat is a problem. I so disagree, says Vexile. Night 1 is one of the easiest in your opinion. I mean, that is an interesting take. I can't say that's been my experience, Vex, but you know, everybody has their own ways that they play. So disagreeing is not the end of the world. Let's see. See if we can get both of those. We can't. I'm not in risk of doing it. One thing that I would really love, that I have wanted for a long time, is seeded runs in the last spell, because I would love to see, you know, I'd love to see the way that that other folks play these things. I think I'll do this, and then I could toss you over and get the punch. No, this sounded cringe, but I always eagerly await your last spells. Not cringe at all, John. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support, and it's always nice to have folks hanging out. So thank you for tuning in and looking forward. That's all I can ask. Let's see, and then am I just gonna? This accursed is moving backwards, which I'm finding a little bit baffling. I'm not sure what to make of that. Like if I move like this, okay, we're fine with that. You're feeling strong enough. Your playstyle feels weird to me. Yeah, there is a method to the madness, Vex. But that is a longer one. But yeah, that's generally the way that I play the game, is with a heavy focus on maximizing corpses because of the value that gives. Man, I'm just gonna lose all my mana to the accursed chomping me. Let's see, and then I think this is kind of awkward. This might be the turn for us to toss out a bit of a bit of an Armageddon so that we can potentially get the overheat going. Then we'll see what we can do over here. But yeah, enemies killed inside of the base have a significantly higher chance of yielding corpses, and corpses are a big economic boon. That's the way that I would describe it. Now you came with an energy potion. I will probably do this. I don't mind killing a few on the fringe here. And then before we move, we can drop a mortar, but we'd be kind of like needlessly killing if we drop the mortar. So I think I'm gonna chill on Andoran here, and then Thorndyke can just like body block here. That might be the best thing. This guy's gonna come in, but that's fine. And then the question is, short of a death ray, or how much mana do we think we're going to spend? I think we're going to spend our death ray next turn. So I'll probably just let the panic accrue here. Just neutralize those two, and then come body block here, and probably shift this guy to here. All right. You're an interesting character, Dark. I'm not entirely sure what you're angling at, but if it makes you happy, let's see. I think I really would like to get around this guy. I think what we'll do is I'll probably try and cannon here to see if I can break open things, because that gives me the angle on this, which is what I was looking for. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Really trying to concentrate our corpses here. But yeah, vertical video, not where people generally watch me, Dark. Let's see. All right, so now we have the overheat. So we'll do that to get some kills in, and then this is a little bit of greed, but I'll do it just to keep panic down a touch. And then I do think someone needs to come down and take this guy out, or he's gonna be chewing on our spell next turn. And then you Yeah, I think we're good. Hey, Dio, how's it going? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Okay, let's see. So I think we're just good. I could toss out a punch, but I can't get it on this guy. So, and then can we move anybody else around? We can do this. I wouldn't mind saving the scav camp. Passing shortly to see some Elderlicht pain. Well, I got just the fix for you. Yeah. All right, and this will be... This will be the turn where... Are we still overheating? We are not. I don't know that... I might spend some mana. I mean, at this point, I don't think we're gaining that much from the mana. So what I might do is I might slow down the front here. Get some stuns out there, and now that we're overheating, I think we have some decent options here. Granted, we're taking a bit more of a hit, but... And then, the positioning is a little off on where I'd like it to be. I think I'm gonna have to punch my way out if I'm not careful here. Maybe I do this and I can... I can at least make it a little less painful. And then... Yeah, this isn't terrible. I think... And I do think I wanna move in a way that I'm gonna be able to get this armored, hopefully. Sweet. But then, don't really have a last target. I think we're just good. I don't really want to spend any more health on Andoran. 80 is about as low as I want to go. Oh, you're wrangling interns in Lustrous? So if we get rid of this guy, I have this, which I wanted to get some more kills on our shield guy anyways. I have definitely spent more mana than was my inclination. Oh, and we're still overheating? Ugh. All right. Well, I think then we take this turn off for our for a cannoneer. We'll punch this guy down, and I guess we're out of punches there. So, all right, we'll just do that. Six interns in Lustrous. That's quite the bevy of interns. Definitely struggling a bit with just general mobility here. Whoops, where's my cannon at? There we go. All right, just gonna walk you over here, and we will just pick off a couple folks, and then yeah, I'm very at peace with us getting like a slightly below F rank. Hopefully the corpses cooperate. I might actually take a moment to try and pull these two guys in. Let's see if we can make that work. This guy's where I want him to be. But if I shift over like this, be interesting to see if we get if they come over to us, or if they decide to chew on our buildings. Let's see what they prioritize. Okay. That wasn't bad. This is a potential corpse generating slot. Any type of managing of people is a full-time job and a lot of work, for sure. Be it 2 or 6, you're gonna have your hands full. All right, everybody gets level 3. Feels pretty good. Show me those mountains. Oh, we got 1. That's a little underwhelming, but. First night at Elderlicht, what are you gonna do? All right, Dark, you have a whole lot of nothing to contribute, unfortunately. So, have a wonderful rest of your day. And by wonderful rest of your day, I mean peace out. All right. Unfortunately, we like to keep this community to people that are actually interesting. So. A little bit of culling the herd never hurt anybody. So let's see. I'm going to bring up the guide that I have built for base building for the last spell. I'll try and bring it up on screen as well so that I can remind people how this looks. But what, you're not gonna do YouTube too, Illustrious? Break my heart. You have your hands full, I know. Let's see. And then... Whoop. Well, that's interesting. All right, I'll just... there's something funky going on there. So we'll do keep the seer. So that means we're doing a line of houses going up this way. All right, so we're going to put a house here. Although we didn't technically need more than the 1 house, so probably slight overkill there. But we might pick up a few. Actually, because we have level 1 gear, we're definitely not going to be doing any more than that. I do hope to get. I may still spend the money though to get houses up and operational for future nights. Yeah, that's fine. We have some improved ruins. And then, do we care about... We definitely don't care about the 1x1s. Let's get rid of those. And this 2x2 is just in the danger zone, but we can salvage it for... Let's salvage it for materials, since we're floating those. And that'll let us build a better wall. Let's see. I'm a big fan of it too. I use it. I couldn't get it to come up on the screen. There's something a little funky with my browser setup at the moment. But Logan, it's the one that I use more than any other, which has been an interesting thing. Let's get rid of all this. We'll keep this 2 ruin in case we get secondarily slapped with bad RNG on corpses. So I think I will build some walls. Because we're gonna be forgoing Ballista. I think I'll do that. And then where did that go? Because I need to check where our walls are gonna be out to. So we're gonna have another house here that goes out 1 further, which means that walls are gonna go here and here. So we have a 2 spot for that. Now, I don't think we need to buy a lot of gear, but I'll be getting rid of the crystal amulets, selling those. I was kind of hoping to see some hand crossbows floating around in here. I might give it a reroll just to see if I can come up with anything, because I also want to get some gold mines going. Yeesh. Selection is not on our side at the moment. Oh, did it? It came up eventually. Thank goodness. I kept pushing the button and I didn't think it came up. So that's, I'm glad it actually showed up. Thank you for letting me know, Illustrious. I'm going to grab one of those and then we'll see what we can do. I think this is a good buy. This is a good buy. Just to get us some ways to spend here. Toss that with the Cannoneer. Just so they have something, because they still have a lot of mana. Then I think that goes there. And with 1 gold left, it is hard to imagine. Hard to imagine us getting up to... What do we need to get? Another 22? Huh. Another 30 would really be where I wanted to land. But I think that might be... Well, it might not be that impossible. That's not getting replaced, though. All right, and then we do need to even out. You have 16 accuracy, so let's do that and that. Now everybody's got 8. That feels pretty good. How far does this get us? 25? We're nearly to the 30. That would be where I want to end up. Are you exceptionally good? All right, so we can... Death Ray was good, but I think it's a little too mana expensive, and we can pick up another tome here. So we'll do that. We'll have... And then actually we can put 1 tome on everyone if we do this. That's probably better. We still have a decent amount. So let's do a bit more wraparound on the walls. Just so we can kind of have things covered. Yes, readiness and bargaining doing good work for us. I thought you weren't injured at the end of last round. Oh, well. Not a big deal. Okay. Our health mage here is going to be picking up coagulation and bodybuilder. Our multi-hitter is going to be picking up quick reload and avid learner. And over here, Ulysses... I don't think we can take magic fuel right off the cuff. I think we probably need to go for the other 2 first. So we'll just take mana growth, and then I think getting contaminate up and operational sooner rather than later is good. Works so well with tome, so can't complain about that one. All right, so back to the health mage. And early accuracy just solves a lot of problems. And we were kind of holding out for it since we didn't take dex. I need to think on that one. Another... Oh, man. Are we just going to take a bunch of accuracy and be sad? That's a tough choice. It is one of those things where you take one blue accuracy and then you're kind of good. All right, fine. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna bite the bullet and take the 2 accuracies just so we have them. Okay, so this is the health mage. Big health up is not terrible. Then our multi-hitter, I do want a reroll on this, maybe twice. Can I? All right, damage will do. 2 skill range. When you get offered it, you don't say no. And then you are the one who I took Avid Learner on. So this will be a nice accelerant for us. I still think there's no such thing as too much accuracy. You don't know when a single miss is going to mess up your entire run. I hear ya, but I also think that you hit diminishing returns on accuracy around 20. So it's a lot of investment potentially, and not a lot of benefit. You can spend a lot of time investing in accuracy and not get a lot of value out of it. Let's see. Show me something interesting here. Isolation ain't it. All right, a little bit of poison is not the worst thing in the world. Then over here, our health mage could use some healing received. It's fine. But yeah, just looking at the general composition of enemies, broadly speaking, John, there are very few enemies that are exceeding like 20% dodge. Okay, everybody's coming from this one side. Miss sensor placement is pretty okay. I think I'll put you over here, put you over here. You can be in the middle and take care of that on the first round. But I think we're good to go. Yes, we did also leave the injured space, which is good and is going to make a big difference over here in the future. Bodybuilder is doing us no good because we have no physical weapons, but still, I think, better than Carnage. All right, let's go into the next night here. Big money, no whammies. Ooh, I've wanted to check out Black Reliquary. What do you think of it? All right, so great placement on Miss Sensors here. I'll get rid of that. And then I can stand here, I think, very safely. And then I also think that I don't really want to get kills on them if I can avoid it. Is there... If I move to here, I'm just shy. Let's do this. Base game is Stygian. Take that as you will. Sounds fun. Ouch. That was not a lot of damage right there. All right, so I'm a little worried about getting to this one. So here's what I'm going to do. And this is going to look a little silly, potentially. I'm going to go... Then you're going to have 6 movement. So if we move to here... Actually, okay, so what I can do is I can throw... Hold on. This may be the better way to handle this. I'm trying to figure out if there is a way. Here's what I think I do. I think I do this. Yeah, I don't have the throw on you yet, but now I do. I'm going to put you here. I think this is safe, especially if we 10 block this up. And then I'm going to pop that guy. And then we have everything covered. We have no status, so there's not a lot of value in Contaminate getting used right now. So let's do that. Speaking of DD, is it coming back, or are we in creative burnout until the DLC? It sounds like the Kingdom mode is coming soon in Lustrous, and so I'm just gonna wait for it. That's what I'm feeling. I think when Kingdoms drops, we will we'll hop on that bandwagon. But probably not before. I love me some DD, but it's you think I'll love the new Man-at-Arms? Do you? That's exciting news. I didn't really follow the patch, unfortunately. All right, so we're just gonna do as much of this as we can. We do have a lot of splitters to combat here. What's our crit chance? Not high enough that I should be worried about that, I guess. Okay, that one I'll leave for next time. Your crit chance... What is your crit chance? 11%? I'll gamble on 11% here. And gamble I did. All right. I've seen enemies go up beyond 60% dodge in TLS, but it's rare enough that I can handle a few undodgeables. Yeah, that's the way that I generally think about it, Dio, is that you have to be cognizant of what enemies have dodge, but as long as you're doing that, you're gonna be just fine. All right. The fun starts now. Don't these guys have minus, they only have minus 30% damage. All right. That's slightly less than I imagined it would be. But let's just... I am going to do this because I would like to find a spot where I can get something like that to help out a bit on this side. Then we should be able to clean up the rest of this, no problem. And because we slowed this down, we're going to have a second. Don't know if he'll love the Jester. He became quite complex and plan heavy. I think that's important, though. I think the game needed that a little bit in Lustrous. Did they make any changes to stress healing? That was the thing that I was kind of like most curious about. Was if we were going to see any major changes to the way that stress was managed. All right, I think we're good. Dio, you did a modded run where RNG was always the worst outcome, reliability, crit, and accuracy. Oh, is that different than any of the runs that we've talked about before, Dio? We do have an elite up there, which is good. We like elites showing up. Let's see. What's our I think our cannoneer is going to be doing some light cannoning. So let's get the overheat going. Oh, that doesn't overheat you? Oh, that's agony. Now we're overheated, but we're only really getting one rocket jump out of this. Stress ceiling is still available and mostly unchanged, except Jester, he became worse off with it. That was my fear. That was... I kind of expected that outcome, so I'm a little sad to hear about that because I think that was something I was at least nervous about. Oh, triple hit to kill this guy is a bummer. Triple hit there is a bummer. Killing this guy is probably correct. You're out of actions. You have a health potion if we want it. We could try stunning with a mortar here. I don't know that that's quite correct. I actually kind of feel like here's what I think we're gonna do. I think we're actually gonna get some more of that, and that hitting him I think is fine. Move you more to the middle, and then you with your last two actions. Well, that went to all the wrong units, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Do we have? All right, we'll do that, and then we'll just kind of chill. It is different than the minus 100% accuracy and always min damage. Oh, but not much. Okay, but it's kind of combining those two, Dio. That's still very cool. I like that idea. Let's see, where's the blocker that's preventing me from getting in there? All right. Just gonna stun that guy because I think it gets me into a good place with you, and then you're gonna do, I think, this, and then this. Okay. Not saying that was great, but I think it was okay. This guy's still in the way. You have the shield. So we'll clean up those. And then we're largely just going to be bait over here. But there's a fair amount of stuff happening over here right now. Thought is, even though it's a little expensive, taking this guy out gives us a pretty nice lightning bolt to buy us some time. Fortify you, you're all done, and then oh, I can't jump over this guy because he's a blocker. That's annoying. That was my plan. But I guess this wall's the most hurt wall, so we're probably better off with that. And then you're probably going to take a bit of a hit, but you have 127 armor, so I'm going to assume that that's okay. Yeah, you did just fine. Now let's see. What's your movement? You're at movement 5. So this doesn't really... So if you move 2, 1, 2... You're in a Haven tile. So the elite is coming in no matter what. So I don't think that's a huge... I don't think there's much benefit to be gained there. And then these two clusters are just like one off from Wall of Pain feeling good, which I don't love. Nah, I'm not worried about the panic meter. Panic meter's no big deal. Famous last words, obviously, but... But I say it with conviction. Oh, I only have 3 movement now. That's unfortunate. All right, let's move you out of the way, and then we'll get the explosion that away. And we could throw you to here. I'm spending some health. That's for darn sure, but... Oh, and let's not do that until you're out of the way. Maybe a stun is the better choice here. We get the overheat damage regardless. $41 health? Plenty of health. No big deal. All right. I am still going to snare up the elite, I think. And then what do we want to do at the end here? We have 2 AP left, which is not great. Let's toss this here, and then we'll just do... We'll do that, and then we'll tuck ourselves into this corner, and I think we're fine. We have a very durable hero. I don't think they're gonna die to anything other than maybe me being foolish or something like that. So I think we can keep on keeping on here. This costs 16 of our 41. Probably need to chill. Maybe need to chill. I want to do one more, though. I think we do one more and then we chill. All right. That's enough. Now let's see. If I move you here. No, before I move you here, I get rid of this guy. I get rid of this guy. Oh, I didn't get rid of this guy. All right, that's fine. I see a lightning bolt here that I want to fire off. Now the question is, do I toss you into here to block? Costs another 5, leaving you at 25. You're gonna level up and get vampire next. Nah, we might not get vampire next turn. So I should be. I'll just move you like this. We'll save a little bit. And then I think I'm going to tuck myself in this corner. I'm a little worried about these splitters that are doing the runaround. I hope at some point they take a left turn and we can get some work in on them. But hey, Mr. Bunny Band, how's it going? We're all good. I'm not worried. This hero has an insane amount of armor, so if they die, it's their own darn fault. Which, by the way, is a policy that I apply to all things the last spell. If a hero dies, it is clearly their own fault. So I'm thinking about doing this. And by thinking about, I mean doing. Let's we should have done that slightly earlier, but that's all we get there. Then you're all done, and then you... I'm just spending the mana. This is probably a decent lightning bolt. And then I think the biggest risk over here is this guy, so I am actually going to toss that. And then you slot into this. All right. And then you have 1 AP... but nothing to spend it on. I love the splitter hitting for 0. That's when you know you're not in the worst shape. Have a good time, Dio. Have a wonderful dinner. Thanks for visiting. This would blow up a lot of my walls. I'm not really into that. I really want this guy to be next to other things. That's the one downer that we have right now going on. But I think I'm just going to try and bait him into hitting us. How hard does he hit? 112. That's a lot. I don't think we need to take that hit necessarily. We can let the walls absorb that hit. And if we get 2 levels on everyone, I think life will be pretty good. Okay, so here's the thing that we do. Before we go any further, we don't want to kill this guy until we got our damage sorted. Did that not kill him? Okay, I was like, wait, what's going on here? So now this guy hits for 0 of 0. So we like that a lot. This guy hit our scavenging camp for 0 last turn. So kudos to him. Okay, and then, I mean... Now the only question is do we walk this guy into the base to get a guaranteed elite corpse? I think we get one regardless, but let's be more thoughtful about this. Now, obviously we're hoping that he walks towards our hero. Good. Poor elite has seen better days. Okay. You can taste the last spell, can't you? But you can't have it. Oh, no, no, no. That is correct, Jun. That is correct. Now, we have one turn on this, so let's make sure we're keeping this up and operational. It'll take us 2 turns to kill this guy, but he literally can't do any damage. Why did a bunch show up at the end there? That was kind of weird. All right. The other advantage of moving the corpse in like this that we rarely take advantage of, but we can also then keep the corpse pile into the future if we want. Anything else we want to do? Probably not. And there you have it. We also have a lot of daily health regen on our health mage. Only our multi-hitter hits level 5, so no vampirism for them. But that's some good corpses right there. We love to see it. Stacks on stacks, as it were. We'll do that upgrade. Do we want to save that? For a while, John. Not forever. Not forever. We will eventually expand our roster, but not for a minute here. So let's see. I would like to get our second gold mine up and operational. I did once again. Let's take this. Let's get it now. We get good materials, etc. from it. I think it's worth the infusion early. Level 1 tome. Not really what we're looking for. We have a lot of tomes at the moment. Druid Staff isn't really it, neither is Dagger. The health on the Dagger is a lot, but let's see if we get something better here. Hand Crossbow is good for business. And then let's take a look in the shop and see if there's anything spicy in here. That's a really nice Wisdom Amulet. Might actually be worth the price of admission. So the advantage of the Wisdom Amulet is that is 36 XP. We have one hero we're stacking XP on. 91 is a lot to spend, but that is a lot of XP. The reason we like stacking XP, and do we want to... We may also want to do house expansions. Getting it from 2 sides. Oh, we're getting it from all sides. Okay. I had forgotten that this is the night where we get it from all sides. All right, let's move this so that we can get it behind the wall that we are eventually going to build. I'll leave these corpses because we can use them to slow down the horde on that side. The hardest part about this one is the mobility required to get the ghosts, but largely you can ignore the ghosts. We're not going to get any corpse piles on this one, so we can kill things as quickly as we want to. This isn't a very XP heavy wave, so making the big investment in the big investment in that is a little tough to swallow. I think our health mage needs to move away from the cannon. The cannon was fine, but the cannon has proven very expensive. So you're gonna have the rifle and a tome, which is fine. You can probably do some work that way. This is probably pretty hard to keep up and afloat. I said I wanted gold mine, and I think I do. So gold mine goes there. And then one way that we can make this night a little more palatable is to get our mana wells up and operational. But that means we could do one mana well and that necklace if we wanted to. All right, I'm gonna risk it on the necklace. We can sell that, and we can probably pick up a health potion to get back to 6 AP on our injured person. But this is a big investment in the future, and potentially a little risky in the near term. Also, the shield doesn't really make sense on this hero quite at the moment. Do we go double tome on them? I don't think we do. I think we do this, and then our health mage gets that. Now, accuracy is like through the roof there. So we'll do that, and then everybody has 20 accuracy. That's pretty good. Yeah, it was just a big investment there in Lustrous from my perspective. Do we have anything to sell here? We have to start ditching. I mean, the potion of strength we can definitely ditch. Because I don't think I really need anything else. We can largely, I think, just ignore the ghosts and burn down the enemies as quickly as possible. We don't try and get any corpse piles, and we just focus on moving quickly. We put people who have range stuff on these sides. You're always going to have the hardest time getting anywhere else, so I'll put you on this side because I want to protect that ruin. And then what are we getting out of this? A little bit of health, a little bit of crit, and the armor, which is relatively important. All right, let's do level ups, and then I'll figure out the rest. So 5% damage versus Mark right now. Mark's gonna start paying off big once we have Sadist, but we have a hand crossbow. So we're going to get the debuff regardless. So we'll get that. Yes, I am going to level up heroes. We'll take Carnage. I'm not sure I'm super excited about that. And then getting you some skill range is good. 151. It's a big hit to take the glass cannon right now. But maybe we do it because we still, what do we have for level ups? We could get back nearly all of glass cannon. So we could think of this level up as basically being 15 crit. I'm good with that. 131 is still like a safe place to be. And then I do like longer weapons here. Right now, range damage, you're going to have a hand crossbow, so I don't think range damage is bad. We'll take that. And then more skill range. What's this hero's skill range at right now? +4. I think that's plenty for the moment. Let's see if we can get something a little spicier. More XP gain, I think, is good. And then resistance reduction. We have a magic item now. So at the moment, I'd rather see raw damage come in. And then over here, we'll do that. Did I decide to go bully or no bully? I decided to go no bully. So that's fine. And then a little bit of opportunism to get the engine going, I think is good. And then our health mage isn't going to have a source of unlimited resistance. In fact, he's going to have a very hard time collecting resistance. So we might think about going that away. A little bit of healing received. Doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. And then bodybuilder. Do we go health? We could also reroll. We're gonna have berserk for damage. We're gonna have bodybuilder for physical damage. I wouldn't mind having a little bit more base damage though. I'll roll this and we'll see. All right, we do probably need some move. We'll get it eventually. This hero is basically going to be a turret for the moment. I think that's okay. And then I think I will... There's a house blocking here and a house blocking here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the dangerous points of ingress and getting them sorted out. And then I think you benefit most from the mana. So we'll do that. We're going to put you kind of over here. You kind of over here. We'll clean up these sides as much as we can. You're good to go. And then we do have a few more wall upgrades that we can do. And then I think next turn we're going to start pushing back fog. With 79 left. This side is the side that is going to be most neglected, I fear. So we'll put some over there. All right. And like I said, no focus on corpse piles. Let's just do as much as we can here as quickly as we can. All right, night number 3 of Elderlicht. Here we